Welcome to the worst sports channel on YouTube, Hot Garbage Sports with me, Coach Ryan D. All right, NHL update today. Leafs, Habs, Jets thoughts from last night, and quick summary of Tom Wilson and the New York Rangers. Remember when I said clown show? Well, guess who's suspended now? The guy who got punched by Tom Wilson laying on the ground. Awesome. But what else was he going to do? Of course he goes across rink, cross-checks a man in the teeth, and moves on with his life. He's pissed off. He's pissed off. And the Rangers line brawl, they had no other response. I had comments down below saying, well, what did you want them to do? No, they were going to do that. I never said the Rangers wouldn't do that. I'm never saying if I wasn't a New York Ranger, I wouldn't be in on that line brawl. I would be. What I'm saying is that it didn't need to get to that place because the NHL should be doing a better job of it. And then my main point in my previous two videos, link down below, by the way. One of them's really good. Second one, I don't know. It's okay. I don't know if it needed to get to that point because all that ended up happening was the NHL got a quick ratings pop. I'm sure it was the most watched game, social media game, talked about game. Everyone's talking about the NHL, but I don't think they're talking about it for the right reasons. And I don't think the fans that joined to watch that game are being retained. It's kind of like watching NASCAR waiting for just the wrecks. Nobody is going to watch a 4-hour race waiting for a crash. You're just going to watch the highlights hoping there's a crash. The NHL wants to be a highlight-laden, slapshot style, clip, YouTube, clickbait. I've lost my thought. But basically, if you just want clickbait material with fights, the NHL could do that. But they don't want to do that. At least I don't think they want to do that. If you think they do, again, comment down below. I don't think anybody's going to retain there because it's like somebody watching NASCAR looking for crashes. You watch NASCAR because you're looking for really good races. You watch Formula One because you're looking for really good races. You watch hockey, in my opinion, for goals, for scoring, and for competition of sport. I just think the NHL is somewhere in the middle. I could go on about this forever and ever and ever. Maybe I'll do another video revisiting it later. But I want to talk about the playoff previews between the Leafs and the Habs. And I want to talk about the Leafs and the Habs game. I don't know, that was kind of a boring game, but there's some really cool clips that I've cut out breaking down what the Leafs need to tighten up in order to win the Stanley Cup, because they played really good tonight. They did, but they can always play a little bit better. You can't play a perfect hockey game, I know that, but let's look at a couple things that Sheldon Keefe might be talking about his players with in the locker room, and Montreal's got to get back to its systematic play. Yeah, you could probably just blame it on the goalie. He looked like dust, pure dust, but there's more that you have to do before that. So stick with us till the end. We're going to go Leafs, Habs, Jets, out, timestamps down below. Roll the intro.
Here's Lemieux. The center penalty coming up. Look at Lemieux. Oh, my God. Oh, baby.
Okay, so quick housekeeping item. We're going to start live streaming on YouTube. So a couple of you can interact with me. I see a ton of great comments down there. Join me. We're going to start live streaming playoff hockey and our road into the playoffs. So check out this channel. You'll see me drop a few things on the channel. I don't know. I've never live streamed before, so give me a break. And it'll tell you when my live stream is going to come up. But the next Jets game, we're live streaming. Leafs, Jets, we're live streaming. Playoffs, we're live streaming. So stick with us. Habs, Leafs, Canada's teams. Let's go, baby. Let's go, right? Playoff preview. Why? Because the Jets finally won a game. Winnipeg, we're back. Favorite team on the planet. Never doubted you for a second. You're right. Very simply, the offense of Toronto and the skill players of Toronto walked all over the Montreal Canadiens. Primo, wow. Not a good night in net for you. Jake Allen came in out of relief and not a good goal when Auston Matthews puts one short side on you to make it 5-2. It doesn't matter. It's just a terrible goal. It's an absolutely terrible goal. What is going to make this series special is that the Montreal Canadiens, although they are not as skilled as the Toronto Maple Leafs, sorry, Habs fans, Caulfield's good, Suzuki is good, Kotkaniemi is good. Hey, I said it. What up? You're just not as talented as they are. You're not. But you have Carey Price, and you're very well coached. Very, very well coached. But today, your system let you down. It just didn't seem like you had a lot of jump. You really weren't playing the way you need to play. Toronto wasn't perfect. I mean, you're about to see me go through a couple clips here and rag on Toronto, and my Leafs fans are going to be like, get out of here, Jets fan, talking about bandwagons and corporate tickets. You're going to rip on us for a 5-2 win. Peace out. Well, you know what? You want to win a Stanley Cup? I absolutely can do it because you got to tighten that up. There's certain things Toronto needs to tighten up if you want to win a cup. You want to go all the way? You got to be better than the best to win it. So there are a few things that if I'm Sheldon Keefe, I absolutely want tightened up from this game. But really nice job pulling out the W, locked up first, no big deal. See you in the playoffs. Okay, so goal one comes with 1947 into the period, and it is just a nasty bouncing puck where two Montreal Canadiens get caught on the wrong side. What do we mean by wrong side? Well, Montreal usually does a really good job of ensuring they're between the puck is here, and the net, which is, somewhere over here. There's your lane. You want to have your defending players between that puck and the net. We call that good D-side positioning, and unfortunately, that bouncing puck results in two habitants being on the wrong side of it. This is trouble because you have two Toronto Maple Leafs pushing in. We know what happens after this. Puck goes in. 1-0. 13 seconds into the game. No big deal. That's all she wrote, basically. Game's over. 20 seconds in. But we'll keep breaking down clips. This is just an errant, bad bouncing puck. There's really not much that you can end up doing. But the key to the Montreal system is that normally they have all 5 players, and you can see it. Montreal has all 5 players sitting in on the screen. And that's what you want to see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You want to make sure you have a tight D zone and you are all on the right side of the puck, but they get caught. So 1-0 Leafs. 1-0 Leafs. And frankly, could really care less. But all of you seem to like them. So we'll keep breaking it down. Okay, so next up, let's pick on the Auston Matthews D zone a little bit. The great white shark. The possible GOAT. Depends what side of the fence you sit on. Go check out that video, Matthews versus McDavid. Who is the best? Well, right now in the D zone, when we talk about D zone responsibility, Auston Matthews' eye is staring down a Montreal Canadien, and he is going to make an absolutely tough pass right into the middle of the ice, coughing it up. Good thing you get bailed out by Jack Campbell, because this could have turned the entire game around. I can't believe all this is happening in under 2 minutes of a hockey game. Really simply, what's happening to Auston Matthews here is previously he was in a checking situation at the corner. He makes a really nice pivot to open up, and you got a little spooked. Let's call it spooked, because he's probably not afraid. He's a big guy, but he gets spooked. He hears the footsteps coming. There's a defender coming this way, and he ends up pushing the puck out into the middle. That is just a young player mistake. Auston Matthews, as he continues to evolve in the NHL, won't make this mistake. Everybody makes it at some point in their careers, but if you want to win a cup and you want to tighten that in, I guarantee you Sheldon Keefe's got him in the dressing room, breaking this down through the iPad to let him know. What's the correct play he should do here? Frankly, he should pin the puck against the boards and wait for help from one of his players to come support, because you can see you have 4 blue jerseys here. You have 3 white jerseys here. You want to be able to outnumber them. That means you're going to go into a tie-up. You'll probably get a 3-on-3 battle in the corner. The 4th blue jersey is going to go in there. You outnumber them, staying on the right side of the puck, meaning you're between the puck and the net. Move forward, no trouble. But trouble here. So, okay, let's move it over to the left side here. A little bit of D-zone action from the Toronto Maple Leafs. Very simple concept when you're in the D-zone. You see a player's eyes, you contain. You see his back, you pressure. So right here, our player on the Habs has control of the puck. We can see eyes. That's heads up hockey. That is right eye to eye. There is no reason to pressure this puck. But unfortunately, in this play, the Toronto defenseman and support player, this is what our support player is, little S there, they're going to pressure. And because of that pressure, Montreal is going to walk out from the half wall and get a really good chance on net that almost ends up going in the back. And again, could have turned this game around if Jack Campbell's not standing on his heels. So even though you end up 4-0 at the end of the first period, these are little things going into the Stanley Cup playoffs. Toronto's definitely going to want to tighten up. This is basic D-zone 101. See eyes, contain. Okay, so goal number 2 comes by JT, taking it to the house. Donald, bad cough over from Montreal. Again, Habs fans, don't be too panicked about this. Don't be too panicked. This doesn't happen to you that often, but good forechecks lead to good things. So JT ends up getting one here. The interesting thing about this cough up is that Donald here coughs the puck up, but doesn't stay with his man. What ends up happening is that Ben Sherratt, our defenseman over here on the right side, ends up having to come over to cover John Tavares when Jake Muzzin takes a blistering little baby shot right onto Primo. Really good rebound comes out. No one's there to cover John Tavares. He puts it in the back of the net. This wasn't Ben Sherratt's man. This was Donald's man. Very, very easy to see. As that puck came to the top, Donald leaves his man. He's not trying to block a shot. He's not in the lane. Johnny Tavares is wide open on the doorstep. And poor Ben Sherratt, our former Winnipeg Jet, Has to come in, pick him up. Can't do it in time. It's in the back of the net. Sloppy D habitants. Tighten it up. Okay, and then we get 2 back-to-back 3-on-2 scenarios from the absolutely offensively gifted Toronto Maple Leafs. And we see John Tavares using his veteran presence to make an absolutely correct play when you were playing a 3-on-2. So we got 4 Montreal players here. John Tavares has ditched puck. Puck is over here to the right, bumps it out. And as soon as he does, he performs what we call a mid-lane drive. He is going to push these 2 Montreal defensemen back. And these 2 Montreal defensemen, they're in trouble. They're already burnt. We have our toes pointed in the wrong way. We're not bad over here. It's not so bad that you're not skating backwards. Skating forwards is fine in this scenario, but Johnny T is going to push him right through the middle, driving the net properly, and we're going to see Kerfoot be able to sneak in there and put it off the post. Really, really nice play by Toronto. And I end up calling this out because right after, the next play is another 3-on-2, but they actually play it wrong. Jason Spezza goes to the wrong spot, doesn't drive the mid lane, and angles, he's able to actually put the puck in the net. Habs fans, I'm sorry, not your game tonight. This is rough. When they play the play correctly, they hit the post, you get a little bit of saving. When they play the play incorrectly, Primo leaves a horrible rebound and Angle's able to put it away. Spezza dishes the puck over to Angle here on the right side. And then what happens is Angle ends up driving in. Spezza should be driving in where that double lane is going, but he doesn't. He ends up following behind Angle. And here's what I mean. We have Jason Spezza just behind my big talking head. We have 2 Montreal Canadiens who are able to actually theoretically easily play this puck, but unfortunately, the goaltender isn't doing very good tonight, and we end up with a goal on net. This should be a very simple shot going in on Primo. He should be able to save it, control that rebound. There should be a whistle. This should not be a dangerous play at this point because Spezza didn't drive the mid lane. You got to drive that mid lane. Someone has to push those defensemen back. He doesn't do it, but you get rewarded. That is the talent of the Toronto Maple Leafs. So, nice goal, 3-0. All right, goal number 4 was a beauty by Mitch Marner. And what did we mean by that mid-lane drive? Well, it happens here again as well, too. You can see a really nice dish getting out to the wall. Toronto pushes in with a amazing mid-lane drive again. It does not have to be a person who wasn't the puck carrier driving the mid lane. Just someone needs to drive the net and drive the mid lane to push those defensemen back. They do it again. They get another goal off the rush. So we have 1 goal off the rush from a beauty mid lane drive. We have 1 goal off the rush on a bad angle with no mid lane drive. And we have a post with a beauty mid lane drive if you're keeping a tally right now. So this Leafs offense looks good. Looks really good. And here you go. A couple frames later, you see that mid-lane drive. He has pushed 2 Montreal defenders back into the zone. And what does that end up doing? That ends up freeing your guy, your favorite, Mitch Marner. I have not heard a single person say a bad thing about this guy ever in hockey circles. He goes in, puts in his 4th, but because of that beautiful mid-lane drive, Mitch is open. Really nice offense today. Tough day, Habs. Tough day. All right, and then because we love to talk about Sandin, especially after that Wheeler hit, which was clean. And I don't know if you noticed, but Blake Wheeler's now wearing a tinted visor. We're going to talk about that closer to the end of the video. But Sandin, turnover city here, baby. We just call this high and off the glass. When you're in trouble and you're being pinched like you are right here, quick chip off the glass. Put it up high, right into this zone, out of the zone and safe. Unfortunately, our Swedish friend tries to get cute with the puck. He makes a nice little play. It turns over, ends up in the back of the net. Fan favorite prospect Cole Caulfield buries it. Still 4-1, not a big deal, but Caulfield looked sharp tonight. And the reason I bring up the Sandin is because he seems to have garnered a lot of attention in Leafs Nation right now. We think he's going to be a really good defenseman. He does. He has the ability. But if you want to stay in a lineup and win a Stanley Cup and earn the trust of your coach, you absolutely cannot make a play like this. Simple play, high off the glass. We got to know when to protect the puck. It's like a quarterback throwing it away in football. Don't take the sack. And then finally, the most exciting part of this game, Auston Matthews 4-0. Yay! Matthews did it! Whatever. But let's go back to this shot. Jake Allen, I know you're coming in cold. I know it doesn't matter. The game's already over. It's 5-2. But like, is Auston Matthews this good that he is scoring on a shot? You just shouldn't score here. There's no reason this should go in. This is all on the goaltender. Montreal, Carey Price is in the net. Hopefully this is saved. It's really hard to tell when it's Auston Matthews shooting because he is the best shooter in the NHL. He maybe had a spot, this big, puck size, just over the shoulder to be able to score, but you can see by this angle, no reason this puck should go in. There's no danger of a cross-ice pass. This should be the goalies all day, every day. But hey, that's Auston Matthews for you. That man can change an angle of a puck, and if you give him even an inch of room over the shoulder, it's going to go in. So bad coverage of your post, Jake Allen. Tough night if you're a Montreal Canadiens fan. Great night if you're Cole Caulfield because you keep lighting it up. When these teams get together in a playoff series, it's probably going to be Toronto. But if Montreal can bring that system back to the way they had and they have a little bit of goaltending from Carey Price, you never know. You never know. But the Toronto Maple Leafs, minus the one thing I picked on them for, which was Jason Spezza not driving a mid lane, almost play a perfect game. Very, very close to a perfect game. You're never going to play a perfect hockey game. Just a little bit of a breakdown of what I saw in the game tonight using some of the highlight clips. Link down below if you want to see them all. I wish I could play them through for you, but I can't. All right, let's talk about the Winnipeg Jets last night. And your coach told you, Pionk, Morrissey, get them together. This isn't hard. Told you to get them together. Why? I wonder. They play at the same speed. They play at the same speed. You got to have guys playing together that play the same speed. And Pionk and Morrissey looked fantastic together. You get Ville Heinola back into the lineup. Heinola, oh my God, this guy can't leave. Don't kick him out of the lineup. Heinola, you are fantastic. You looked excellent last night. And I liked you with DeMello. I really did. Dylan DeMello is starting to step it up. He is reminding me of the Dylan DeMello we traded for last year. And if Dylan DeMello is going to play this way, he sits in the top 4, no problem. Forbert, Pionk, you're a pylon, absolute pylon. This guy isn't good at hockey. He can't skate. He can't pivot. He can't open up. He's got a big shot. So I say get him out, get Stanley in there. Forbert, he looks fine. He's regressed. But if this is the top 4 we're going to go in with, what I was saying 4 or 5 videos ago, the Jets need to give Morrissey and Pionk 28 to 32 minutes. Your second pairing with Heinola, whoever is going to play with Heinola, I like Dylan DeMello. Go ahead, pencil them in for 15 to 17 minutes. Put the 2 plugs in the back end in minimal places. So concern though with the Jets, I don't want to pick on the fact that the Jets, won a game. I'm super thrilled that they won a game, but 19 shots? No. We want to win in the playoffs, boys. We need more than 19 shots. I know we will take the win, but we want to win. And we gave up 30. Connor Hellebuyck, though, doing Connor Hellebuyck things. He absolutely needed it. Yeah, Connor Hellebuyck gets his shutout, big S, whispering it 2 minutes into the game. Still didn't jinx him, so we're good. I think that's a massive confidence boost for the Jets. I really didn't mind the Jets' offensive lineup, but Pierre-Luc Dubois, best game of the season from him. He looked fantastic. He was all over. I still think, even though Blake Wheeler had a really good game, he needs to move down to the second line and play with Dubois. That's just my thought. But the connection with him, Scheifele and Connor, it's just loved by Maurice. So teaching an old dog new tricks. Paul Maurice likes his line. He's going to stick with this line. It's fine. Really pumped that the Jets got a win. Hopefully they can end up building on it. Calgary Flames, you guys are a mess right now. Flames are an absolute mess. This team, I don't know. Do you think they need to blow up? I think they might need to blow up. You might need to start trading some really key pieces, not named Matthew Tkachuk, and move on from your life. There's just something rotten going on in Calgary, and I don't know what it is. I don't think they're bad or anything. I just, like, Daryl Sutter's got to be your savior. I don't know, like coaching. It's a rotational door, just underperforming. This team was supposed to be one of the top teams in the Canadian division this year. They're not. So, oh well. Jets win, baby. So bye-bye, Calgary. It looks like the Jets are going to play Edmonton. It looks like Montreal is going to play Toronto. So we're going to keep this coverage going through. Blake Wheeler, though. Let's talk about Blake Wheeler. Tinted visor, all of a sudden, out of nowhere. Sandine hit, rocked him a little bit. Iron Man never leaves the game. I wonder if he's seeing a little bit of stars or if he has a little bit of a headache action going on. I mean, why else would you go to a tinted visor? There's really not that much glare in a rink. He's never worn a tinted visor in his life. And the only other player I know to wear a tinted visor was Alexander Ovechkin, because he didn't want players to see his eyes when he was shooting or stick handling. That was fair, but he got rid of it. And then Andrew Kopp put it on after his concussion because it helps with light sensitivity. Really interesting to see Blake Wheeler put that on. So could be nothing, could be something. I don't know. tinfoil hats on there, though, and I don't know if I trust that. Hopefully, Connor Hellebuyck sits for the next couple games. We put Brossois in, but maybe Helly needs the confidence boost. Anyways, we'll end up seeing. That is the state of the NHL today. Guys, thank you for checking out my channel. Super appreciate it. Subscribe down low, like. Coach Ryan D. See you tomorrow.